Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel Spiritual Nomad. This is going to be your reading for the middle of July. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn. So it can't fit with everybody, or if I'm saying it's a romance issue but you know it's resonating as a friendship or a work issue, then you follow it as sees fit for you, and if it really doesn't fit at all, then just let it go. If you get something from this and feel that you need a little bit more, I have put my contact details underneath, and you can contact me for a personal reading if you want something that's more personal and in depth. Let's do a few more shuffles and then we can get started. Capricorn. Oops. Just more. Okay. Okay, Capricorn. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So, is there something that is not manifesting for you, or something that you are stalling because you can't make up your mind? Yes. Do you keep flitting from one thing to the next? Are you so unsure of what each choice might be, that better not make any choice at all? But as soon as you make a choice, then you can move towards your end game. You're actually, and I think you've been stuck here a while. Interesting. So this is obviously, this is for the middle of July. We are in Mercury retrograde at the moment, so this is a time when things come out, come up from the past again. So you go over things, and I think maybe there's some habits and some energies, because this is behaviour that's coming up for you for the middle of July here. There is a behaviour pattern that you have been stuck in for some time. Yeah, and I mean, you'd have been better off for the length of time that you've been stuck in this situation. You would have been better off you could have tried every option. That's what I'm getting here, is that you could have literally tried all 7 of your options. So 7 years, 7 months, certainly not 7 weeks. It's a long time, and it's saying that actually, for crying out loud, Capricorn, you could have actually lived a year in each situation. And yeah, fate can't help you here. It can't help. It's like it's thrown you enough bones, is what I'm hearing, is that how many times can they literally seem like they're police, the stinger that they throw out to stop somebody like a getaway driver. It's almost like the universe has almost got to the point of throwing out the stinger to go, for God's sake, stop here. Let's take some more cards. It's almost like, is the problem that every choice is good, and that's what half the trouble is? You kind of want to choose them all, so you've chosen none. Hanged Man. No surprise there. Communication. Back and forth communication. With a water sign. Okay. Right. So you're stuck in limbo. You're not making a decision about a water sign. You're communicating back and forth with this person like ping pong. You're not making a decision. You've not made a decision for a really long period of time. Fate isn't going to take any more turns for you. It's already done it. You've missed out on opportunities. Seeing the child in the Sun card, the child is really relevant. The child is really relevant, Capricorn. It's like, have you missed out on this? Have you missed out on this because you can't make up your mind? Are you going to stay in limbo forever? water sign man, or woman, sorry, I say because it's a king, but obviously they can, any which way, as it's a general reading. Again, she says, woo, one definitely wants to come free. Actually pull it sideways. Because of the level of indecision of Capricorn. Is that even your ten of swords is even falling on its side, so it's neither in reverse or the upright position, so you're neither in or out of your 10 of swords situation. My God, Capricorn. I feel winded. Like that's how you feel. Like the wind is beating in the chest, kind of. Let's see. Whoop. Okay, there's another king. There's another person. There's another person, and I'm not surprised because we've got the 7 of Cups here. So there's more than one person. So this is your situation with your King of Cups person, be it male or female energy there. You're not moving forward. You're communicating with this person. You're ping-ponging with this person, back, forth. But you're not being with this person. And you're not being with this person because you stay in this neither up nor down 10 of Swords limbo with this person. Now they're representing as an air sign, but it doesn't mean that they are an air sign. That would be Libra, Aquarius or Gemini, but it doesn't mean that they are any of those signs, or they could be cusping with those signs, or that could just be that sort of enforcement, that law enforcement. So maybe they're almost become like your jailer, or they feel like your jailer. I'm not to disrespect this person. I'm not saying that this person actually is doing that, or is that kind of person, or they're a bad person. But you're stuck in this situation with this person and wanting to be with this person to the extent that this person feels like your jailer, and you're not moving forward. You're not moving forward. You're not speaking up. You're not saying what you want, Capricorn. Wow. Powerful messages, and it's because of the retrograde for you. That's why this is really coming up quite strong right now. Because this person you could have detached from this person. Maybe you've started communicating with them again. Perhaps they're an ex. You could be in third party situation, or this could be an ex that's come back in, and as immediately you started talking to them, perhaps you've spotted them on social media or on Instagram or something like that, and you've started chatting, and it all began very, very innocently. And maybe this is a boat that you missed in the past. And actually, the more you talk to them, the more you want to be with them. But here's this jailer holding you in this neither up nor down situation. It almost feels worse to me than if it were upright, because at least that's an upright 10 of Swords. You've come to the end of it. It's been a bad cycle, but you have come to the end of it. You know, it's a 10 on its side, and it felt on its side to me, which is why I laid it like that. Anyway, moving on. Let's take some more cards. Right. Oh, I do prefer the fun, jolly readings. Leo's was hilarious. If you need to lighten up after this one, have a look at that one. Bless them. Okay. Oh, Capricorn. Making my heart literally bleed now. Okay, on the positive. We're coming out of anxiety as we move through retrograde, but nothing's happened. Like retrograde, Mercury retrograde for you, it's going to be an emotionally tough slog for you. this particular time around. I think they're with someone too. I'm almost seeing this reflection. It's like this mirroring with this down the middle. Like, thou shalt not pass. So for those of you that this is maybe an ex or somebody you went to school with or something like that, that you've got back in touch with, and maybe they're married, maybe they're in an unhappy marriage, you're in an unhappy marriage. And there's a wanting to come together, but you, Capricorn, you're the one that's stopping. You're the one that's stopping your Two of Cups, followed by your Ten of Cups, followed by your Sun. So you're putting in the way with your concern for what each option might hold, and the fact that you might end up in a worse situation than the one you're already in. You're so concerned by that you might miss an opportunity, and the universe is saying, I'm going to let you, because I've given you enough bones here. So if you don't take action yourself on this occasion, then you are going to miss this opportunity. You are going to miss this opportunity, and you could carry on in this stalemate for the rest of your life. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that, Capricorn? Mercury retrograde is giving you the opportunity to look back over the last 7 years of your life, and look inside each cup and see what's been offered to you over the last 7 years, and see what you haven't taken, because you've taken none of them. You wanted all of them and you've taken none. All those things in there: wealth, happy home, dream man, children, family life, everything. And I'm not saying you haven't got any of those things in your life, but you haven't got them in the place you want them, with the person you want them with. And that's what your reading is very strongly telling me today, for the people that this is addressing to. And it is coming across romantic for me right now, but this could be equally, you could transfer it into career, in that you have stayed in a dead-end job and you've been offered a million jobs, but you're too frightened. There is a real fear with the Capricorn here. You have not... The thing is, if you make a choice and it goes wrong, you're in no worse situation than the situation you're in right now. And that's the infuriating point of it. It's that, you're almost laying on the floor feeling winded. That's the real actual physical feeling I'm getting from the Capricorn, is this winding, this wounding of the heart going on here. And you've felt like that constantly for 7 years, in this 7-year cycle that the Mercury retrograde is bringing up for you here. And the truth of the matter is that if you had made any kind of movement, you would have felt like that some of the time over those 7 years, maybe once a year, each year for 7 years. But you felt like that to a degree constantly for 7 years, because you have stayed. You've allowed yourself to stay in this situation, because nobody really jails you. Nobody really stops you moving forward, unless you are actually in prison. Maybe for some Capricorns out there watching this, maybe you are. In which case, sorry about that, maybe it's time to get released soon. Yeah, I am seeing an end to anxiety. So maybe it's your own anxiety. So maybe the anxiety is what's causing everything to happen, or not happen. So maybe what Mercury retrograde is going to bring up for the Capricorn is that you need to deal with your anxiety first. So perhaps there's no point in manifesting or trying to manifest any of this until you've dealt with your anxiety. So actually, to end this on a way of sort of moving forward to get yourself out of this in a real practical way, because you are not going to get yourself out of it by yourself. And like I said, the universe is tired of throwing you bones. I think that my Capricorns out there need to start looking at ways of dealing with their anxiety around particular issues. So if you can't leave your relationship, or you can't leave your job, or you can't even, you can't trade in your old car, or whatever, it could be something really small and simple, depending on the gravity of the situation for whoever I'm talking to. maybe you need to actually start looking at doing some actual work on your anxiety. So that could be as simple as maybe going and looking for some herbal medicines. That could be more looking into hypnotherapies, and actually clearly getting that hypnotherapy could actually be a really useful tool for you right now, if you're okay with that kind of thing. I'm a strong believer in hypnotherapy. I think it's really effective. Or meditations. There's a lot. I mean, you don't have to go to a hypnotherapist. There's a lot of meditations that you can get on YouTube right now. Maybe try listening to some of those whilst you sleep or things like that. So retraining your brain basically is what the Capricorn needs to do, and to get rid of this anxiety around moving into new territory. Okay, right, I'm going to pull you a Wild Offerings Oracle card and end this on a light note for you. But yeah, I think, you know, it's all there. It's all there for you, Capricorn, is the truth of the matter. It's all there, and it's always been all there for you. It's your anxiety that's stopping you, and you need to put a stop to that, and there's only you can do that. So that's the sort of strongest message that I'm getting through there. And travel. Okay, Capricorn. Let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail. I'll be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. Interesting. So, travel. Maybe that's something that you need to do to see this person. So if there's somebody that's come up from your past, it's quite possible they don't live close to you anymore. Maybe you need to travel to go and see them. Maybe you need to, maybe this isn't to do with people at all. Maybe this is that you haven't been able to travel because somebody never lets you, or you've stopped yourself from going and travelling and seeing parts of the world that you want to see, or the parts of the country that you're in that you want to see. But yeah, I mean, there's no bad advice there. Maybe it's as simple as booking a holiday, but I do feel that it probably is about travelling towards this person. Maybe that first initial little step is to just go and see them and meet them, breaking that ice very, very gently. Okay, Capricorn, I hope this has been of some use to you. If you've enjoyed my reading, please click like and subscribe, so that you can catch my future readings, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thank you and